Welcome to Awakening You channel. We hope you found something here that sparked your interest and assists you in your awakening journey. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Beloved Masters, on the earthly plane of existence, human beings rejoice at the birth of a child, for it is indeed a miracle of creation, and they mourn the death of a loved one, for they feel a personal loss of that person from their midst. However, death is also a miracle and, from a spiritual point of view, it is a time of rejoicing, for it is a time of returning to a truer state of being. We have spoken of diminished consciousness, and it is time for you to understand that the ascension process entails expanding your awareness to integrate all the facets of conscious expression. You are not just a human being with a soul. You are a wondrous being who has experienced a tremendous variety of physical expressions of consciousness. In ancient times, when you experienced the material realms in semi-solid or in solid form to varying degrees, while in the highest fourth and lower fifth dimensions, either on Earth or other planets in your solar system or galaxy, you kept the same form for a much longer time than you do now. In fact, you kept the same physical vessel for thousands of years by your timekeeping. The transition process and the relinquishing of a physical vessel at the end of a lifetime was as natural as discarding a suit of old clothes. Death as you now know it did not exist until humanity sank into the density of the third or fourth dimensions, and you forgot that your sojourn on Earth was only a very short interlude amongst a vast array of experiences while on your wondrous journey throughout the cosmos. After a moving farewell ceremony, the departing soul stepped into a special transition fountain where the violet flame of transformation blazed brightly. The violet flame is not hot, but cool and soothing, and he or she was immediately transported to the appropriate higher dimensional environment. Those who were left behind in the physical realm could communicate telepathically with their departed loved ones, and they knew that they would meet again sometime in the future. They also knew that they could interact etherically with their loved ones during their nightly sojourns, for their nightly travels were as real and memorable as their daytime experiences. Sometime in the future, humanity will cease to fear death and will understand that it is an integral part of the creative process. There is a natural flow of birth, death, or transition, rest and assimilation, and rebirth in order to experience the wondrous variety of shapes, sizes, forms and realities available to you as a co-creator. In the meantime, you must release many of your old fixed ideas and taboos about death and the hereafter, and come to the realization that the life you are now experiencing is only a moment in universal time. One of the most important things for you to understand is that everything you experience begins within. You are a microcosm or a miniature universe within the macrocosm which contains the totality of the omniversal experience. You have been described as a cell within the heart or mind of the Supreme or Creator, and this is a valid description. Everything in creation contains essence, the love or light energy of creation, or a spark of the divine. This light spectrum was sent forth in diminished levels of illumination to our Father or Mother God and the great beings who helped create this universe. None of the manifested universes would exist without it, and neither could you. You have often read or heard of someone who has had a near-death experience, and how they were drawn into the light. Most often, the experience is the same with only a few variations. Usually, gravely ill or in a traumatic situation, the person is drawn into the light and they are infused with a sense of bliss and incredible, overwhelming love. Often, they will see a well-known being of light or, sometimes, a loved one who has passed on. They usually have a feeling that they can only go so far toward the light, and are then drawn back into their physical body once more. At times, the light being speaks with them, but not always. Sometimes, they are given a choice to return to their physical existence or continue toward the light, and, other times, they are told they must return, for their mission is not complete. Just as we have explained that the veil is not out there but within your own brain structure, it is the same with the near-death experience. It all takes place within your own higher dimensional sacred mind, orchestrated by your higher self. A near-death experience is usually a crossroad in life, a decision time and an opportunity to step onto the path of illumination and, quite often, but not always, a soul merge occurs whereby a vaster part of your soul self, which resides in your soul star chakra, approximately 6 to 8 inches above your head, moves into your sacred heart center and begins the process of becoming the director of your life's experiences instead of the ego desire personality. During the near-death experience, there is a chemical reaction that takes place which facilitates the admittance to a portion of the higher mind, and thereby allows access to specific areas of the brain which contain some of the light packets of wisdom stored within. These light packets are composed of higher frequencies of light and contain information that the person cannot ordinarily access. This not only feels and looks different to the person's conscious mind, but often gives them access to a portion of their history, and sometimes of their lineage and other important information. Remember this: everything you have ever experienced and all that you are, from the first time you came into your individualized consciousness as a spark of the divine, and became conscious of the fact that I am a facet of the Creator, is stored within the light packets of wisdom in the higher dimensional levels of the brain. Stored within your brain structure and within your chakra system are all the virtues, attributes, qualities and aspects of the Supreme Creator. They are waiting for you to claim the keys to the kingdom, by integrating the higher frequencies of light which will give you access to all the magnificence of your divine heritage. You have an etheric body which contains a complete, authentic replica of your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. When you die or completely leave your body, the silver cord, as it is called, is severed and you totally vacate the physical vessel, which immediately begins to disintegrate. Your soul has slowly been merging with your etheric body, and you then move outward into the realms of the higher dimensions. Many of you have a false conception of what it is like in the higher dimensions. The higher realms are not a nebulous, unsubstantial environment, but will seem no different to you than your earthly physical surroundings. However, as you will observe over time, there are many differences. When you pass over, you will have form and substance. Yes, your form will be more refined and not as solid as it is in the third or fourth dimensional environment, but you will feel solid and everything around you will have form and order as well. The level you are attuned to or compatible with will determine how consciously aware you are, and the abilities you will have, as well as how your surrounding environment will look. Again, the frequencies you project or resonate to will determine which dimension or subplane dimensional level you will go to, and also what level of cosmic information you will be able to access. Your auric field is like a cloak that surrounds your etheric or astral body, and it is either a cloak of light or a shroud of negative, inharmonious energy you have accumulated over your many past lifetime experiences. We have explained this in the past. However, it is important that you have a clear understanding of the transition process, and so we will again give you a brief recap of what occurs after a soul leaves the physical body. Those who are enlightened and self-aware are immediately taken before their guardian council to review their past life, not a judgment, just a review to see what challenges and opportunities were met in a positive manner, with love and compassion, and which tasks were not completed and, therefore, will have to be experienced again. You cannot hide anything from anyone in the higher realms, for your aura tells your complete story and everyone can see the radiance and lightness of your spirit self, or the lack thereof. Your form will be beautiful and perfect and you may appear to be any age or in any form you desire. You have many choices to make after you complete the review process. You can go to the universities of learning in various star systems, you can serve in a multitude of capacities, you can enjoy the beauty of creation and practice your creation skills, or any variety of experiences too vast to outline here. Soul advancement is not as rapid in the higher realms as it is in the physical body, for you are aware of the universal laws and there are immediate results from your thoughts and actions. That is why everyone is so anxious to incarnate on the earthly plane, even though it is fraught with challenges, limitation, and often pain and suffering. Even though it may be difficult to believe, it is a wonderful opportunity and a great privilege to be embodied on planet Earth at this time of great transformation, and there are many souls standing in the wings hoping to have an opportunity to return to Earth and be a part of this wondrous evolutionary process. Along with your willingness to come to Earth and to share your light in order to assist humanity and your planet, you were given an opportunity to embody as much of your divine self as you could contain and use. That is the golden promise that was made to you before you returned to Earth for this life's experience. It was or is an unprecedented opportunity to integrate your God consciousness and return to your true estate as a being of light. It is a different story for those who have lived a life of hate, fear, and aggression toward others or have a great accumulation of negative karmic debt to overcome. These souls are taken to what could be termed an intensive care unit where they are lovingly cared for by a host of angels of mercy. These souls are encased in a prison of their own making, their distorted auric field, and they will live in a dream state that consists of their beliefs, negative actions, and unrealistic concepts. It is the closest thing to what could be termed hell or purgatory, for they are living in a world of lower frequency thought forms they have created on Earth during their many lifetime experiences. The angels of mercy constantly radiate the love or light of the Creator to them and, slowly, over time, and depending how dense the negative field is, the elixir of love gradually penetrates and dissolves the shell around the etheric body and the soul. There is always an opportunity to make restitution even though it may take eons to do so, depending on the severity and the magnitude of negativity involved. Allow us to clear up another fallacy: it is not sinful to commit suicide or for a person to abdicate his or her life before his or her mission is complete. There are many reasons people decide to terminate their life or sacrifice their life for another. At times it is initiated by an overwhelming burden of shame, guilt, or fear, sometimes for misplaced altruistic reasons, usually resulting from a martyr complex, or when a person has a terminal illness and the pain has become unbearable. These souls will be shown how to rectify the situations which caused their suffering, pain, or illness, and will be given another opportunity to get it right. If a person decides to end his or her life because of the painful situations they have created for themselves, they will not be able to avoid those same circumstances in a future lifetime, and so it just postpones the challenges and opportunities to learn their life lessons. Remember, you are always your own judge and you decide, with the assistance of your guardian council, what the major details of your next life's experience will be. When in the environment of the higher dimensions, a soul is always eager to rectify past mistakes so the auric field may be cleared of any inharmonious vibrational patterns, and the journey toward enlightenment may continue. It matters not if people deny the truth in what we are conveying to you, it is the living truth and universal law nevertheless, and every soul is affected and ruled by the tenets of the divine plane, whether they believe or not. Here again, the inner veil applies and you must break through the limitations of the negative third or fourth dimensional environment in order to gain access to an expanded, wondrous connection to the Creator. You always have been and always will be connected to the All that is. The sense of disconnection is all within your mind, and the way to unlock the door to the river of life is within the Sacred Heart. Open your hearts, beloveds, so that you may be filled to overflowing with the divine elixir of life. Know that we are ever near to guide, inspire, and protect you. I am Archangel Michael.